So 2 years ago, our CEO, Eric Yuan, approached the CEO of Five9, Roland Trellope, to work on creating a partnership between our best-in-breed UCaaS solution and Five9's best-in-breed cloud-based contact center solution. Zoom and Five9 realized that UCaaS and CCaaS are merging together, and we need to work together to create a seamless and frictionless solution to support a disparate anywhere workforce. So how does this look? The benefit to the customer is that using Zoom Phone and Five9, calls come into Zoom Phone through an auto receptionist or IVR, and we have built-in integration to route the calls through our multiple tenant SIP trunks that allows on-net calling, which eliminates toll charges. The Five9 contact center agents transfer the call to the necessary subject matter expert through the ability of real-time presence. This way, they know if the person is available, whether they're at the office or even at home. Agents can engage with an expert using simple and intuitive one-click consult, conference, and transfer functions. This way, we have the ability to enable a virtual workforce and create a better solution for the customer through Zoom Phone and the Five9 partnership. Today, I'd like to highlight on a customer success story between Zoom and Five9. Fundation enables banks, lenders, and business-to-business vendors and suppliers to empower their small business. They were looking for a new phone solution for over a year and needed a contact center solution. Fundation chose Five9 and Zoom as their complete solution. Today, we have Barry Firestein, Chief Operating Officer, and Ryan McMahon, Director of New Partnership Operations and Account Management with Fundation. Gentlemen, thank you for joining. How are you both doing today?
I'm doing fine, Jason. Thanks for asking.
Doing great as well, Jason. Thank you.
Excellent. So I'd like to have a little fireside chat with you, gentlemen, to learn a little bit more about your Zoom and Five9 integration. So I guess first question is, how did you first come to Zoom?
I can take that. First came to Zoom, I was invited to a Zoom phone call probably 9 months ago. Didn't know what it was, clicked on the link, and was incredibly impressed by what I saw.
Awesome. So what drove you specifically to Zoom Phone?
We were in a decision-making mode to upgrade our existing telephony provider. And after looking at a few options, it became really clear to me that Zoom was the most Apple-like, and I use that in quotes, telephony solution I had ever seen. There was no manual needed, no training needed. It was intuitive, and it became almost a no-brainer for us.
So let me ask you this. What was your previous contact center solution?
We were with Vonage Business, and it was very limited for us. We were stuck with a phone and email only option. We didn't have an omni-channel capability, and I should tell you that Fundation is a small business lender. We're a little bit different in that we support banks, and we answer the phone as the bank, and we answer the phone as many banks. So it's incredibly important for us to blend our phone system with a state-of-the-art call center solution so that we make sure the calls are routed properly to the right agent in the right way, and then we can report on the service levels because of these contracts we have with these large national institutions.
So tell me this, what is the importance of the contact center in your business?
So Jason,
go ahead, Ryan.
I was going to say, so in terms of contact center in our world, it's imperative with us. That's our main channel of communication with the customers, and being able to, field their calls with reliable service. And so what Barry mentioned about the multiple banks, being able to know which customer we're receiving a call from and being able to route them in the proper directions, imperative to us.
Awesome. So let me ask you this. What was the benefit for you guys choosing Five9?
So with Five9, it's, as you mentioned, it's best in class with Zoom and best in class, with Five9 on the contact center world. To Barry's point, we have a ton of reporting metrics that we need to adhere for our bank partners, so they give us next level visibility to this. We have the ability to move agents real time as need be. And one of my favorite features in this remote world that we're coming to find is that since we don't have the ability to be in the office and listen to what our agents are saying, there's supervisor functionality to be able to listen in on the calls real time, provide whispering and coaching and guidance. Even though you're not there, you're still there with your agents.
Excellent. So let's kind of discuss the implementation process between Zoom Phone and Five9. Did you guys do this yourself, or what extent was Zoom and Five9 engaged?
Ryan, let me take the first part of this. What's interesting about this, perhaps to the audience listening, is we made the decision to go with Zoom 1 month before COVID hit. So we did the implementation, which I'll let Ryan talk about, when we were fully remote. And I will also make the statement, which is just a pleasure to be able to make. After being on Zoom for 7 months, and as most of you were on it all day, every day, I haven't had one phone call, not one, that has caused an issue. No pixelation, no drops, no issues for 7 months. It's quite remarkable. And I would also say, I'll turn it over to Ryan, that the implementation between the Zoom team and the Five9 team, I couldn't be happier of how the collaboration between the teams worked, and that was really important for us. Ryan?
Yeah, in terms of the details, Jason, both Zoom Phone and Five9 provided project teams for us. So we had those projects. I mean, we did have an outside consultant that we used for the search phase, but as we got into implementation, the bulk of the lift fell on us, and the Zoom project team and the Five9 project teams. I can't say enough about how wonderful they were to work with. And they weren't siloed off throughout the process. Anytime, especially as we were getting into the configuration, they were right there. We brought the teams together to, get everything going with it. And it was a wonder to work with.
So looking back, what was the one thing that you would say created a successful implementation?
From my perspective, it was the willingness of both sides to listen to our business needs. I never felt that we were getting an out-of-the-box implementation. When we discussed the need to be able to, again, set up these call centers, move calls seamlessly from the call center environment to a Zoom phone environment, or the other way around, to set up IVRs, to be able to customize and configure time in office, out of office messages and greetings for each of these separate banks. They really listened and created I'll say, a configured solution that was perfect for our needs. Ryan, do you want to add anything from your perspective?
Yeah, to piggyback off that, Barry, what they did was they did a great job of listening to what we needed. The document requirements that we went through, how we had everything formatted, was super simple. And they were able to go and take kind of what we were trying to convey, provide best practices, and ultimately get it put into implementation and send it live.
Awesome. That's great. So I guess any final thoughts or best practices that you'd like to let our viewers know?
I'll mention a few things, and it's a little bit less of a best practice. It's more of a feature that we found incredibly valuable, at least on the Zoom side, which flows both ways, of course, is the ability for the software to integrate with a calendaring function and email function. So whether it's Gmail or Outlook, to be able to run your day using the Zoom desktop console through meetings and schedules and contacts because of the full integration is remarkably helpful, and again, required no owner's manual to do. So that was just another massive feature. The ability to move to a full unified communications platform as we implement text and chat and video to go complement our email and phone is something I'm incredibly excited about, and to be able to move those calls across our different agents to experts, as you mentioned in your intro, is just another incredibly important thing for us.
Brian, you'd add anything to that, sir?
Yeah, I was just going to say, Jason, I'm just amazed by the simplicity of being able to pass the calls from, our agents in the contact center to those subject matter experts. It really is one of the most seamless processes that I've been involved with. And I think a lot of organizations are in a similar boat, as us when it comes to that, and can't say enough wonderful things about the two product solution and how, Zoom and Five9 are able to solve that need.
Ryan,
Awesome.
just a quick prompt, if we have a minute. You may want to touch on what went wrong when we had the premature reporting of numbers and how the folks stepped up and helped us through that.
Yeah, do you want me to hop into that, Jason?
Yeah, absolutely. Because at the end of the day, I think, I always would say, what would you do differently? Or if you had any roadblocks, I think from a transparency perspective, let us know anything that happened along the way.
This wasn't your fault. We had numbers that were reported over by the prior carrier prematurely. and how the team jumped in and saved the day. And it's all true.
Absolutely. Well, gentlemen, thank you for your time today. Thank you again for being a Zoom and Five9 customer. I wish you the best in your business at Fundation, and stay blessed.
Thank you. Thanks for
Thank
having
you,
us.
Jason.